Hey guys, this is Camp here. As promised, here it is. My Flash review of Season 5, Episode 1, titled Nora. Now, this is going to contain all spoilers, so if you still haven't watched the end of the episode, go download the CW app and go watch and come back for this review. So, now basically it all kicks off with Nora in doing the introduction. Normally you get the Barry kind of berries, but for this episode you got Nora doing Barry's introduction, and it's her explaining how she became, her speedster in her future, and then she explains who she is to everybody, and the way she does it, I don't know if you have seen this episode, and if you have picked it up, but basically, she kind of picks it up like, she kind of explains it in a way like Impulse, like Bar Now in the comics, even on Young Justice. If you haven't seen Young Justice Season 2, I highly recommend, and Young Justice in general, I recommend it. It's a good animated series. And I'm sorry for Season 3. So excited. Anywho, and now they made a whole bunch of other references, like time travel references. I make a time travel reference to like Marvel 5, Back to the Future. They made a Terminator 2 reference, and all that sort of thing. Here, let's just. So, and then she explains that she kind of made a big mistake by helping Barry destroy the satellite from the season of last season. But then later on she lied about that. So she lied about that, and they didn't say what the. And I don't think the writers would say what the real mistake was, but, well, I don't know if that was the case. But yeah, she definitely lied about her big mistake was. And then now she can't get back home, so, and then she tried to, and then the others try to find ways to help her and get her back home and all that stuff. So, and she also made a character reference. I think it was Lightning Lad, who is a member of the Legion of Superheroes team, who was way long in the future. So, many of us fans would guess that at some point, I think Lightning Lad may have met Nora, traveled back in time and met Nora, and that's made a time reference. And then she also made another reference, and you know how she knows everything about the Flash, and she meant the Flash Museum reference. So she learned everything about the Flash by going to the Flash Museum. She learned everything about the Flash. Now, keep in mind, that's also kind of a way that the Reverse Flash learned about the Flash as well. But Nora is 30 years in the future, but the Reverse Flash is hundreds of years in the future. So, I think it's just kind of a good. They finally referenced the Flash Museum. I think that's kind of a good reference for that. And then there were kind of like an on-point thing with when Nora was hanging with her mom, and because she said she's spending her time with mom, and then she's doing fine. But then later on, Barry went to Nora, and he asked what happens to him, and she went a big bomb, like with the old holographic newspaper, like the newspaper, like the Infinite Crisis that Flash vanishes in 2024, but in 25 years later, in 2049, 25 years later, still missing. And that's kind of a reference to Infinite Crisis. So, what happens is Barry, Flash, ran so fast, turned to Speed Force dust, and he kind of vanished into thin air. But then he said, 25 many years later, he never came back in the future, and that's because if he didn't come back, then he came back in the past. So and Nora said that she was born in like a couple years, like a few years before that happened. Then, and all sort of thing. And then, one of my favorite moments was that Barry got reascended and reassociated as a CSI. And that's real good. And then Nora came in, and she jumped in the wagon. She kind of jumped in the wagon a little bit. And then, she explained her backstory a little bit. And she said, I'm a forensic scientist just like you. And sorry about that. I'm still a little bit sort of thing. Sorry about that. Jeez. Anywho, and she kind of like little nosy a little bit, and then went to gridlock and went about to stop the cops, and then and before that, there was a funny moments like if there was ice cream, like his Barry's favorite ice cream back when he was a kid, and then yeah, and when Gridlock was about to rob a bank, and then about to rob a bank, and so Flash, Barry was gonna go out and stop them, and then she ran and grabbed his OG suit, the season 1 Flash suit from Cisco's closet. And, the red OG, like, fan favorite and sort of thing. And then that got ruined again. And then when they were going to take Nora back home, the way they're going to do it was Barry and Nora was going to run fast and run so fast. But Nora's DNA, Nora's at both. Even though she said they confirmed that she has both Barry's and Iris's DNA, but she also her speed kind of had negative Kylogs, whatever they're called. I don't know if it's reference to negative Speed Force, but that's not really how negative Speed Force works. And the way that works is what the Reverse Flash creates. Because Reverse Flash is the opposite. So he creates the negative Speed Force. That's all I basically know about the negative Speed Force, but and then Wally came back from the legend, and then Wally explains what the legends told him, and he said that there are timelines that you can mess with. There are timelines you can change. There's timelines that it might end up going. If you change, then everything goes crazy. And I think another favorite moment of mine was she gave him a flash ring, and then exactly the same effect from the comic. He pulls it like this, and the suit just bursts out of the ring, and the suit looks perfect. It looks amazing. Oh my god. It looks really good. I like it. I don't know. This might look better than the other seasons put together. I think better than season 3 and 4, I think. I don't know. But then there's another thing, and one of my favorite moments was when then Flash and Wally and Nora faced a plane, which was a thing which also happened in the first story. It was the first issue of the Flash New 52 comic, and it was awesome. It was so good, and Barry giving Nora a good speech, and they were also referencing season 1 Harrison Wells' speech to Barry about how you can feel the lightning inside you and be the Speed Force or whatever that was. And I think they're going. I think season 5 want the writers for to write season 5. I think they wanted to go with season 5. They wanted to be like season 5, like all the humor and some drama. And I think that's a real good take on this season. I think that's that's a really good take for this season. That's real good. And another big thing happened. And Caitlin is still trying to find a way if they can get Killer Frost to come back out. Because if you don't remember last season, she found out when Cisco revived Caitlin to her childhood days. And she realized, she found out that Killer Frost was there the whole time, even when she was a child. And she doesn't know how that happened. And so, and then Ralph Dibny, after making a continuity reference, like, hey, if there's an alternate universe, alternate timeline where I died in the particle sunrise explosion, which Harrison Wells mentioned Ralph Dibny in season 1, that died from the particle sunrise explosion, which is still, I don't know how that's still possible. Anyway, because Barry did all time travel in the past couple seasons, maybe that's why. Maybe that's how Ralph Dibny still alive back then. Anyway, he pulls out and found the death certificate of Caitlin's father. But it was signed by a fake name. Her father faked his death, and it was signed by, I can't remember his name. But I do know that he is the guy that signed the death wish. Death warrant is the first icicle villain, icicle character in the comics. So I'm assuming they're gonna have him possibly in the couple episodes this season. I don't know, sometime in this season. And my WTF moment was I can't remember the villain's name now. That might be the main villain. The guy that has like a Speed Force dagger, and he kept killing on the metas. And I don't know, they didn't show how he does it, but the way the lightning dagger looked, it does look kind of cool. It kind of looked like Dark Matter lightning. It really does look cool. Like I think it was Nora, I can't remember now. But great episode to this season. And that was last week's season premiere. This week, I didn't get to watch yet, but I will. Now that I have a new tablet, I will get to do that. And that would be so great. Alrighty, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if any of you are new to the channel and are fans of the nerd and geek culture as much as I am, like Marvel, DC, Nintendo, anything, let me... smash the like button, hit the subscribe, tap the bell. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. See you later. Bye.